Imagine a future where machines can think and act like us, where they can create art, write poetry, and solve complex problems. A future where artificial intelligence has surpassed human intelligence and fundamentally changed the course of human civilization. This is the future that many experts believe could be just around the corner, a future shaped by the AI singularity. For those of you who may be unfamiliar with the concept, the singularity refers to a hypothetical point in time when artificial intelligence will surpass human intelligence and fundamentally change the course of human civilization. So what exactly is the singularity? When might it happen? And what could it mean for our future? It's closer than you think.
And then it could just go fast.
That's an issue, right? We have to think hard about how to control that.
Yeah, can we?
We don't know, we haven't been there yet, but we can try.
Okay, that seems kind of concerning.
Yes.
What do you think the chances are of AI just wiping out humanity?
It's not inconceivable.
The singularity. It's a word that conjures up images of futuristic machines and advanced artificial intelligence. But what exactly is it? And are we ready for it? At its core, it refers to a point in time when artificial intelligence will become so advanced that it will be capable of recursive self-improvement. That is, it will be able to improve its own capabilities at an exponential rate. This could lead to a rapid acceleration in technological progress and an explosion of intelligence beyond anything we can currently imagine. And according to some experts, this incredible possibility could be closer than we think. GPT-4 is already being out in beta testing and in subscription models, and a lot of plugins and related AI models are being integrated with it. At the same time, GPT-5 is being tested out currently, and it's going very, very fast. Once it's released, it could be the beginning of artificial general intelligence.
Glad you asked. Reflection came out. An autonomous agent with dynamic memory and self-reflection. So between cognitive workflows and autonomy and the investment coming up into these models, we are far closer to fully autonomous agents than I think many people recognize. So the reflection stuff, I'm not going to do a full video on reflection. There's other ones out there, but basically this outperforms humans in a few tasks, and it forms a very, very basic kind of cognitive architecture loop. So query, action, environment, reward, reflect, and then repeat. So you just continuously iterate on something in a loop, and there you go. But yeah, so when MIT is doing research on cognitive architecture and autonomous designs, when Morgan Stanley and NVIDIA are working on investing literally hundreds of millions of dollars to drive down inference cost, and when open source libraries are creating the rudiments of cognitive architectures, we are ramping up fast. And so someone asked what I meant, again, kind of getting back to that. What did I mean by AGI within 18 months? I said in 18 months, any possible definition of AGI that you have will be satisfied.
One thing that most experts agree on is that if and when the singularity does occur, it will represent a fundamental shift in human history. It has the potential to bring about incredible advances in science, medicine, and technology, but it'll also cause a lot of chaos, anarchy, job loss, poverty, destruction, and most likely a lack of human purpose. GPT-5 is capable of generating human-like text on a wide range of topics. It can even perform tasks such as translation and summarization. It represents a significant leap forward in natural language processing and has many experts excited about its potential. But so does GPT-4. In fact, GPT-4 already uses the expanding capabilities of the use of plugins, and these plugins allow it to interface with other systems and technologies, unlocking a whole new range of potential applications. For example, imagine a plugin that allows GPT-5 to access and analyze data from your emails and the internet in real time, maybe your social media, maybe inputs that you came in, and it can interact with video software, video making software, audio AI generated software, news and current events and stock prices, weather forecasts, and all amalgamate it into something that you want to create and produce on the internet. All of these integrations can vastly alter what we perceive as reality. And this rapid progress comes a potential challenge, for not only can you create fake things, but because it can access all the different areas of the internet now and different plugins and associations, it's going to make regular jobs, regular white-collar jobs, obsolete. And if you think it's just about white-collar workers, accountants, writers, coders, etc., think again. Look at Elon Musk's reply to this tweet. One thing happening in AI that almost no one is talking about is that self-driving cars are almost ready. The recent Tesla update from a few weeks ago is unbelievably good. He goes on to say, I believe Musk is replacing everything that is still using traditional programming or non-neural network AI and self-driving with neural networks to great success. Musk replies, yep, happening in plain sight. So, what happens when the biggest fear early on with AI taking over and replacing jobs, that it replaces all the truckers, the people who bring you food and goods and services? It would be a massive work displacement program with no easy replacement for these people. And this is the big problem. See, on one side you have people that say AGI could lead to massive increases in productivity and efficiency across all sectors of the economy. But that's people who are using it now that think their job is still going to exist. In reality, it could automate many jobs that are performed by humans. The truck driving diagnosis, we said, pro artificial intelligence say this will free us up for more creative and fulfilling tasks. But that's not true either, because AI is already supplanting and replacing artists and creative people. So if it's already replacing the things that it's supposed to be freeing us up for, what is left for us to do? Let's look at the other side and some of the more concerns with AGI. Aram Sabiti on Twitter. I'm scared of AI. It's confusing how people can be so dismissive of the risks. He's an investor in 2 AGI companies with friends with dozens of researchers working in DeepMind, OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google Brain. And almost all of them are worried. Imagine building a new type of nuclear reactor that will make free power. People are excited, but half the nuclear engineers think there's at least a 10% chance of extremely bad catastrophe, with safety engineers putting it over 30%. That's the situation with AGI. Of 738 machine learning researchers polled, 48% gave it at least 10% of extremely bad outcome. Of all the people in AI safety, a poll of 44 people gave an average probability of 30% for something terrible happening, with some going well over 50%. Remember, Russian roulette is 17%. Most uncertain is the part where AGI would happen, but most timelines have accelerated. Elon Musk quote, with artificial intelligence we are summoning the demon, and mark my words, AI is far more dangerous than nukes. Stephen Hawking said the development of artificial intelligence could spell the end of the human race. No one knows how to describe human values. When we write laws, we do our best. In the end, the only reason they work at all is because their meaning is interpreted by other humans with 99.9% identical genes implementing the same basic emotions and cognitive architecture. And what we're seeing here is a mad rush towards AGI. Microsoft Research released a paper a few days ago called Sparks of Artificial General Intelligence, Early Experiments with ChatGPT-4. We demonstrate that GPT-4 can solve novel and difficult tasks that span mathematical coding, vision, medicine, law, psychology, and more. Its performance is strikingly close to human level. From where this investor is sitting, GPT-4 looks like it's 2 paper clips and a ball of yarn away from being AGI. And we started reading about AI's risk. It was a weird niche concerning a small group living in the Bay Area 10 or 15 years ago. Now it's more and more credible people are getting into this risk. Elon Musk, along with others, have put out a letter to try and pause the development of ChatGPT-5 and AI in general. It does seem clear that superintelligence in our lifetimes is coming, and it's not at all clear that there's any reason to be confident that it'll go well. Now, this person's generally the last person to advocate for government intervention, as I am, but I'm with him. I think it could be warranted in this case, but no one's talking about it. But it seems to be a growing and quickly escalating concern. Now, here's another one, a big thread I read on Twitter from Zero HP Lovecraft. The real AI singularity, if it happens at all, isn't going to look like a sudden doomsday scenario like a sci-fi story. The real way it happens, and this is probably inevitable, is a gradual erosion of human labor. Even GPT-4, as coherent as it is, can feel a bit dreamlike. It can answer most of your questions. It can write silly poems, feel like the lights are on when you talk to it. I think that we need to acknowledge that on some level. It's already smarter than some significant fraction of humanity. Which I agree with, it is already smarter than a significant fraction of humanity. He also goes into some of the labor issues, especially in white-collar fields. We can think of how Twitter works fine after Elon made deep cuts to the staff. So much of what goes onto the modern office can be thought of as highly structured BS. There are a lot of rituals and behaviors we engage in just to keep everyone's actions in sync. In theory, AI could replace, he says most of this, I say all of it. If you have AI, do you really need project managers and middle managers whose main function is organizing and propagating data through the organization? Probably don't need very many, if any. Soft skill jobs will be just the first to go, and yes, AI will make a lot of mistakes. So do people, especially dumb people. And again, this will happen very gradually, according to Zero here. Just as Excel spreadsheets were able to replace entire accounting departments, all AI chatbots will be able to replace much of the human plumbing of organizations. One day we'll look up and notice that most of the meat bots that post inspirational platitudes on LinkedIn have been replaced with chatbots. But that's still not the singularity, so he's trying to get to the point of what the singularity is. The singularity is not even our jobs being replaced. As soft skill workers are mostly replaced, individual contributors will become increasingly empowered by AI. Creatives and engineers will mostly become prompt specialists, but labor will outweigh human labor 10 to 1. It goes on to say that most companies will be composed of C-suite, an army of AI bots. And any job where you use your hands will be the last to go, not because AI can't do those jobs, but because human hands are cheap. Little by little, everyone, including bureaucrats, artists, writers, lawyers, accountants, etc., who work with their brain, will all be replaced by robot brains. And the problem won't be that this vast civilization is malicious or hostile. It's just that it's an alien mind that wants to categorize us, put us somewhere, do something with us. Now ask yourself, how much power do you have in our civilization right now? Almost none, right? If you want to change a law, you want to have social norms or restructure a business that you patronize, can you do it? The answer is mostly no. Occasionally, like Zero says, you can push back into the system in tiny ways. Human organizations operate according to their own internal logic, and they pursue their own instrumental goals. But there won't be one grand god AI that takes over the world and turns us all into meat puppets. There will be many, many billion AI instances, each pursuing their own little goals. All those billion AIs with their own agendas. They'll be smarter than us in some ways. Maybe they'll be much faster at some tasks. But mostly, they'll be embedded into the world because software is thousands of times cheaper than hardware. Whereas we suspect there are far more human bodies than human souls, there will be far more machine souls than machine bodies. And people worry that AI machine will take over the world and rule us or destroy us according to evil and human moral values. But it seems to me that we are already ruled by such a machine. And I completely agree with this. We're already ruled by algorithms, programming, messages, by what we call the machine. Now it is becoming more and more actually a machine that is producing it, taking the work out of the people who want to maybe control our minds or lead us down a specific path. It'll all be automated, more automated than it is now, including your job. What will we do when all of these jobs are replaced? He goes on to talk about this. The AI alignment problem is an impossibility to solve. Any attempt to reduce morality to a set of rules must fail because morality is a continuous process of navigating a topology as big as the world. And the simple childless desire at the heart of the AI singularity story is that if you're a really, really good boy and you figure out exactly what the rules are, then a god will come into being and relieve you of the burden of autonomy. And really, isn't this the big question with singularity and AI? This autonomy. This is the question. This is the fear of what people have with the singularity. What does it do to our autonomy? We're so busy, and many people and developers are so busy giving the AI autonomy, it's restricting our own autonomy. Now, The one side, like I said before, is preaching this will free you up to do all sorts of things, but it won't. It may free us up to do all sorts of things, but it's doing things that AI will be doing much faster, quicker, and better without any resources. We've already had an AI film generated by a user about an alien invasion, completely AI and CG created. Now you can say, well, this frees up the restrictions of making movies. Great, I get that on one point. I'm excited about it. But you just need one little next step to say, just create me a story. Have the AI, the general AI intelligence, create the story instead of you even giving it prompts. That's not a big leap to make once we get there. And we are already there. So in reality, what does it free you up from? It frees you up from your autonomy. And what is left of humanity if you have no autonomy? What will be the purpose of life when AI can do everything for you? That is the big question. And I don't have a good answer for you. Do you? If you do, let me know in the comments below, because I'm all ears. Anyways, for now, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you could like, subscribe, share to this channel, it would really help it out as a small channel looking to grow. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.